This app made more than $700,000 last month, and by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to create a fully working clone of this app completely using AI. So here's the app that we're going to be working with. We're going to try to clone this completely. As you can see, it's a PDF scanner where you can take a picture of a document and transform it into a PDF. And now here is the clone version of this app. As you can see, you could upload a document, see all your past documents. So I'm going to upload this receipt over here and see if we can transform it into a PDF. So now let's go and upload the receipt. I'm going to find it and then click on it. Now it's being uploaded and being processed. Okay, cool. So the document has been processed. Now let's go and find it. Now here is our processed document. Let's go and view it. Okay, cool. So here is our processed PDF document. As you can see, it has all the same information inside the receipt. Everything is working perfectly. We took this app and created a clone version. Now we have a fully working PDF scanner for ourselves that we can even monetize. Now let's go and build it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to go on ChatGPT or Google Gemini and ask this question: how can I create this PDF app? And what Gemini told me is pretty cool. It said that yes, it's definitely possible using the existing Gemini APIs. It said that what will Gemini do is that it will take the document, analyze the entire thing, find all the text and see how the layout is, and then transform the entire document. So essentially the receipt or everything that you have in a paper format is going to take it and then transform everything into a PDF. Okay, cool. So I think we have a pretty solid plan. Let's go and now open terminal to start coding. So the first thing you want to do is to actually have a project where you can start coding. In our case, we're going to create a web app, but you could always create an Android application or an iOS app. But in this case, just to open this opportunity to a lot of people, we're going to create a Next.js app. So you want to run this command npx create app at latest and then the name of your project. And then at the end have -- yes to accept all the default configurations. And then if you press enter, it's going to create all the projects for you with all the necessary dependencies. Okay, cool. So now we have our project. Let's go and open it in Cursor. Click this open project folder, find your project. I'm going to go into the YouTube folder and then click PDF scanner. Cool. So my PDF scanner project is fully opened. It is the basic default project that we have inside Next.js. So let's run our project by going into the chat section over here and then say run my Next.js website and then open it in the Cursor browser. And over here we have our agent selector. Let's just select auto if it's not already. Click this button over here and make sure that it's selected to browser tab. So after you select this to browser tab, you should see a browser over here in the middle of your cursor window. So now let's go and run this command. Okay, cool. So we have our Next.js app running. So if you're not too familiar, this is the basic Next.js app that you always see when you create a brand new project. But this is not the website that we want. We want a PDF scanner. So let's go and write this. So what I like to do every single time when creating a brand new project is to first focus on the elements of the website or the design. But I'm not talking specifically about making everything look good. I'm talking more about the user experience and making sure that all the elements that we want is available on the page. So essentially in our case, we're going to say that we want a PDF scanner web app where the user can take a picture or upload a document or a receipt, and then the app will transform that document into a PDF where the user can view it and download it. So let me write this prompt: build me the layout of my website as the first thing you want to do. Do not add any actions, just make the UX work with the proper UI. My web app is a place where the user can upload or take a picture of a document or a receipt, and then the app transforms it into a PDF document. Make a 2-page website where the user can upload and see all the past documents uploaded. Okay, cool. So we have our prompt build. So essentially exactly what I said. First, we want the layout of our website. So without making things actually work, we just want to see the design. And over here, I specified that I want a 2-page website. So first, a page where the user can upload or take a picture of their receipt. And then the second page where they can see all the documents already transformed into a PDF. So let's send this prompt and see what kind of layout Cursor creates for us. And as you can see, as it's writing code, we can see the changes live on the browser tab. All right, cool. The output is finished. And now we can see the layout of our website. We have two sections over here, one to upload the document directly, and then one to take a picture. And then we have a section over here for our recent documents. So let's try it out. I don't think it's going to work, but I want to see the entire experience. So if I click on this, nothing actually happens. If I click open camera, nothing happens. If I click view all, it actually navigates to the second page. Okay, cool. So we have our basic website and the actions do not work, but we've actually specified not to make them work. So that is okay. Now, what we want to do is actually go and implement the magic in this entire website. So remember what the Gemini chat told us. It said that if you want to transform your documents into a PDF, you want to use the Gemini API to do that. So let's go and just write that. Okay, now make the entire thing work to scan the document and then convert them into a PDF. We can use the Gemini API to do that. Make the website now work with the API network calls. Okay, so we have our prompt. Now we're telling Cursor to make this basic website actually work now by calling the Gemini APIs. So now let's send this prompt. Okay, it's installing Google Generative AI. It's running all the network calls and API calls. All right, cool. So now it's finished. It looks like it did a lot of changes. And over here, it's telling us to create an environment.local file to have our Gemini API key. This makes sense because we're calling Gemini APIs, and to make these calls, you need a private Gemini API key. So first, let's go and create this file. Let's name it exactly how Cursor is saying, .env.local, and then paste in this text. Now, this is not actually our API key. What we want to do is actually go inside Google AI Studio and create a new Google API key. So let's go over there. So when you're on Google AI Studio, you want to click on this button over here, all the way at the bottom, Get API Key. If you click on this, then you're going to open the API's keys website, and then you can click this button over here on the top right corner, and then click Create API Key. And over here, you can name it whatever you want. Let's call it PDF Scanner. Select a cloud project. You can select whatever cloud project you want. I'm going to create a new project and call it PDF Scanner. Create project and create key. All right, cool. So now we have a new key for our PDF Scanner project. So what you want to do is to click on your new key and then copy it and then go back into Cursor and paste it. Now let's save it. Now let's go back into our PDF Scanner and see if it works. So I'm going to reload this page. Okay, so the website works. Now let's go and find a receipt. I'm going to go into Google and say, I don't know, Apple receipt, iPhone. Okay, and let's go into images. Let's find this one. It has a 3 on 3 over here. Let's go and find something else. Okay, this one looks pretty good. It looks pretty legit, as if someone took it from their iPhone. Let's save it. Now let's go back into our website inside Cursor. Let's click upload and then click the receipt and see what happens. Okay, so we got an error over here. It's saying that Gemini 1.5 Flash does not exist. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's just copy paste this and then send it into Cursor and see if it can fix the issue. Okay, so it looks like it's still having issues with the Gemini versions. Let's go and find the latest version for Cursor because it's having some trouble. So Gemini API, and then you want to click this Gemini models. Okay, so we see all of the available Gemini models. As you can see, we have Gemini 2.5 Pro, Gemini 2.5 Flash, and Flash Lite. And in our case, why it's failing is because we're using versions that do not exist. For example, we're using Gemini 1.5 Pro. So what we want to do is actually tell Cursor to use the Gemini models that are actually available right now. So in our case, we're going to copy Gemini 2.5 Pro and then send it to Cursor by just saying use Gemini 2.5 Pro, and that's it. Let's send it. Now, hopefully after this change, everything should work. As you can see inside the code, it's using Gemini 2.5 Pro. Okay, so it said that it updated the code. Now let's see if it's going to work. So let's reload this app, upload a document. I'm going to take this receipt. Okay, something's happening. It's processing. We're not failing anymore, so hopefully it works. It's taking a little bit of time. Okay, so it said that document has been processed. Now let's click on view. Okay, cool. So this is actually pretty nice. It converted our document into an actual PDF that you could select and you could even search inside. Now let's see if I click one of the links, will it actually work? Oh wow, it's actually opening links also. This is pretty nice. Now let's go back. Now let's try to open the camera. Yeah, the open camera is not going to work in our case because we're on the web, but we could definitely try it on our phone later. Now let's go and try to compare the real document from the PDF document. So if I click view, now let me open my receipt. Okay, let's go and actually compare it. So over here, we have some text on top saying that here's the text and content from the document with the structure and formatting preserved as closely as possible. This is some random text generated by the AI, so we could definitely remove this. And then we have the Apple logo. I can actually transform that into a PDF because that's just an image. So it just said Apple logo. Then it has the name of the Apple store, the actual address, the phone number, and the website of the Apple retail store. And we have all the information over here exactly as we have it inside the document. This is really cool. And in just a couple of prompts, we have a working website that can transform a document like a receipt over here into an actual PDF that you can search inside. You could select the elements over here. You can click on the elements. You can click on this email over here. It does all of the nice things you can do inside a PDF. Okay, cool. So the last thing we want to do is just to remove this top text over here because it's not inside the document. It's just something that the AI just added. And then after that, we should be good to go. Let's just take a picture of this and then send it inside cursor and just say, remove the top part of the document. It was not in the original document, so we don't need something like this, and just copy the text over here just to be as specific as possible and then send it. Okay, cool. So it looks like it finished. Now let's go and test it out again. Now let's upload our document back again. Okay, so our document has been transformed into a PDF. Now let's see if we still have the top text or not. So if I click the latest one over here, click on view. Okay, cool. So it looks like our first receipt, but now we don't have the top text anymore. Nice. So we have a fully working website now that can take a document and transform it into a PDF all for free. And now we don't have to pay for an app anymore. We can just use our own website. And the cool thing is that we can even take this website, upload it online, make it monetizable, and start making money. So this was it for the video. I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.